Body Dottie, who likes to party. Something, something, something. Don't bother nobody. Rap was whack in the 80s.
Think so?
Name a good 1980s rapper.
Big Daddy Kane.
Would you write Big Daddy Kane right now?
I mean, I'm not
saying. When's the last time you listened to a Big Daddy Kane song?
No, you said name a dope rapper.
I'm saying, when's the last time you listened to a Big Daddy Kane song?
It's been a while.
Exactly.
That's the same with everything. I'm not watching the 80s shows. That don't mean like TV was whack.
What the fuck is up, everybody?
Number 26.
Woof podcast, episode 26. 26 of them things. We getting up there.
I know. 100?
That's a long way from now. 50's a lot closer. 30's even closer.
10 was far. Like,
10?
we got to 10, I was like, oh, shit.
No, it took 17 episodes to get to 10.
That's what I'm saying. Now it's like, man, we damn could crack out 2 a week. That 100 would be dope.
Yeah.
By then, we should have sponsors.
I hope so. Shit. So what you been up to, man? What you been occupying your time with over the past week?
Chilling, man. Same old stuff, man. Just working, trying to, stop working.
I feel you. Or at least start doing what you want to do.
Yeah. Have some freedom. What about you?
Similar. I ain't been doing shit I need to be doing, though. You know, you know you're supposed to do something, but you fuck off instead. Yeah, that was my entire week. Yeah. I fucked up for a week.
I like pressure.
I necessarily don't. I mean, I don't need pressure to perform. When I'm pressured to perform, I always get mad at myself. I'm like, you should have did this shit earlier.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if I walk into a situation where it's like, oh, shit, here's a hand grenade, get rid of it, then I don't feel any pressure. It's like, well, this shit got thrown at me at the last minute. Yeah. But if I know, like, oh, man, I should have did this shit forever ago, but I didn't, and boom.
Yeah, I got you.
So I get mad at myself.
Yeah, maybe it's just procrastination.
Yeah.
That's I like it, though. I like being, like, just a little, little fire.
A little fire.
Just a little bit.
You can't get yourself excited?
No, you can. I can, but I mean, it's just, I don't know. It seems to be more, I focus more. It's like, I have to finish this, or I have to do this. Whereas, like, if I do it early, it's like, oh, I mean, you got time. Just, just halfway do it. You'll finish. You got time.
That's humans, though. Yeah. If we have an hour to do something, it'll take an hour. We got a day to do something, it'll take a day.
Yeah, exactly.
That same task.
Yeah. Is that like dunking?
Is that like dunking?
Yeah, back in the day, like, you try and like grab the rim. Yeah. They always say, look at the top of the backboard.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you hanging on.
No, man, I would just look at the rim. And jump my highest. Did you not jump your highest when you dumped?
Nah, but it's all the perception. Like you said, man, you aim for something and reach for, what is it? Reach for the
moon fall short, hit the stars.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
See, I look at it as I reached for the moon, but I didn't make it. I don't look at it as, at least I'm at the stars. Yeah. If I don't reach the goal, bro, that's a failure.
Oh, so when you think about things, is like the end goal, is that like, if you don't have that, if you don't complete the task, everything's a failure. It's black or white.
No, well, yes, it's a failure, but I mean, there's lessons that can be gleaned from, the journey there. But if I have a goal and I still want to attain that goal and I do all the stuff necessary that in my mind I think to get that goal and I still don't get that goal, how's that not a fail?
Everything that I've ever like acquired, not everything, but most things though, most things that I've acquired after, from working and, or saving up or doing certain things to get, once I receive them, it's like, it's just like whatever. It's like the journey is where the sweet part.
That's super cliche, bro.
I know. I rock with Gary Vaynerchuk. And he's always said that he wants to be like the owner of the jets. So he's saving up, building businesses or whatever to like, create enough to like just buy the jets. And then like he was saying something like, if I don't like buy the jets, but I still have like 500 million, I saved up 500 million and I need $1 billion. Is that still a failure? I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you can do the glass half empty thing, but if your goal is to own the Jets. So I don't necessarily think failure is a bad word. People use failure as a bad word. You fail all the time. Yeah. Right? You can't succeed without failing. It's just how life works. No one hits the fucking home run every time at the plate, first try. No one. So, I mean, there's inherent failure just in succeeding in life in general. So we shouldn't be ashamed of failure, but we should also recognize failure for what it is. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't try to make failure seem better. It's like, well, yeah, I didn't reach where I was trying to go, but I hit this milestone, this milestone, this milestone. This is where I came up short.
Yeah.
I understand why I came up short because of X, Y, and Z. So, if I can run this bitch back, I know what to do. Or if it's not feasible, considering lifetime or whatever the goal is, you can teach someone else who has a similar goal. Like, look, this is where I ran into a wall. Maybe you can help that person get there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I get you. I guess I've never looked at like the end, like the actual prize as the real prize.
So when you play a video game, you don't want to see what happened at the ending?
I mean, I want to see what's going on, but I mean, it's never just having a good game is like
better than a really good ending.
Yeah, it's like, if I say I want to drive like 30 minutes or whatever, I want to take a nice ride, I want to drive on the freeway for 30 minutes. I'm not going to go to the Walmart like 15 minutes away. I'm going to go to the one like 45 minutes away. So I really get that drive in.
But the goal for you in that situation is the drive. Like, you want to drive.
Yeah. You
can just go out and drive. You don't have to have a destination to drive. I see that shit all the time.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I don't know. Like the physical prize has never been like what I was like excited about. It was symbolic of the
effort you put in.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at it either way. Whatever get you out of bed in the morning, get you going. It may sound harsh, but I feel like if you don't reach it, then it's a failure. If that's your ultimate goal, if your goal is to try, then it's different.
Yeah, I get you. It's a failure, but you shouldn't be disappointed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, failing is, like I said, it's part of life.
It happens. Yeah.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
True.
Like usually the people who talk shit about people who failed at trying to do something are people who never tried.
Never tried. Yeah. That's the worst.
Mm-hmm. Those are what we call internet trolls.
Yeah. That's my biggest fear, like getting old and like, having a big bucket list and like never even trying to do certain things.
Yeah, me too.
If I failed on everything, cool, whatever. At least I tried. But not even trying, that's like the worst.
That's when you have regrets. Like, fuck, if I just would have did this. Yeah. That's how I feel about football. I always tell the story. People always roll their eyes and I say it. But I was like, I promise you, I'm pretty sure that I could have at least been in consideration for NFL had I kept playing football. But I just didn't. You're a kid. It's kind of like...
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I totally agree. I was just thinking about this, man. Like, what happened if everybody? I was like, tripping out doing like the deep dive or whatever. I was thinking, what if everybody on Earth is like programmed and like destined to be like an expert at something, like exceptionally like great at one particular thing? Maybe not a whole bunch of things, but one thing. Every single one on this Earth is going to be like a wizard at.
You mean like everybody got a superpower?
Not a superpower, but I mean, like, just, something that they excel in.
You're the best at this particular thing.
They're automatically the best.
That'd be cool.
But then they never actually know what that is because they don't go out and try and they don't have freedom to like, just take trips and try new things or whatever. But it's like...
I mean, that's highly possible.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has like particular skills.
Yeah.
Some of the shit is just, you don't even know why you're good at a particular thing.
Yeah.
If you look at two babies, you're like, you can't tell automatically that, one baby's gonna be better at sports and one baby's gonna be better at math. Yeah. Right? It's just like some internal shit. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually a thing. And I think you're right. I think a lot of people have untapped talent. They just have no idea that they're good at something because they haven't tried it.
Yeah. That sucks, man. That's disappointing.
But I would hope you would never find out. Because I wouldn't want to find out.
What?
If someone was like, hey, Randy, you're right. You would have been an all-star wide receiver had you gone to the NFL. Like, that would be terrible. I'd rather just, hypothesize. Like, yeah, I could have been. Who knows? But if someone was like, yep, you would have made it. This is your life. This is what your life would have been had you done it.
Yeah, that sucks. But you'd probably be dead, so it don't even matter, right?
I mean, it still suck. I don't care if I'm a floating orb.
Do you think you're you once you pass?
Yeah, I think your personality is what makes you who you are. I don't think it's tied to your body.
Mm.
But that's how I feel, man. I feel that I believe in reincarnation because it makes the most sense. Otherwise, why would you have a space with a bunch of like souls and it keeps growing and growing and growing and growing? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all not having parties. Like, y'all just floating around,
Yeah.
So I think that, once I die or whatever, that I'm going to be, reborn as something else.
With the same...
consciousness?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, probably, but I won't know. It necessarily wouldn't be like a human. It could be, I'm fucking a dog. Like, well, not fucking a dog,
Yeah,
but
right.
like
A dog.
a dog. I'm just like, oh, this is my life now. I'm a dog.
Yeah, that would suck too.
I don't know, but if that's all you know, it wouldn't suck. As long as I got like rich white owners, I think it'd be great. If I was like a little Pomeranian and I had a rich ass housewife as an owner, my life would be great.
Trump passes and he comes back as like I don't even want to say a particular group of people because there's, he comes back as like a pig or something.
A pig?
Or something crazy. That would suck. But then he knows he was president in a past life.
That'd be terrible.
And he's just like running around in mud and
like that,
scraps.
Like that pig from Black Mirror that got fucked by the governor.
Yeah. That huge pig. I didn't know pigs were that big, man.
Yeah, pigs get big as fuck. You never been on a farm?
Yeah, that was a big ass pig. Like you can straddle it and your feet wouldn't even drag.
Yeah, that pig was huge. That's all that bacon, bro.
God damn, we can charge $2-3 a pack.
$2-3 a pack. You must be buying some cheap ass bacon. I bought bacon the other day for like we talking about pigs. I bought a pack of bacon the other day for like $11.
Why?
Because my girlfriend's back on keto, so all she eats is bacon, which I think counteracts keto.
I would never spend $11 on bacon.
What am I gonna do, bro?
Like, is it gourmet bacon? Is it like in a regular? Is it like a Costco pack, or is it like the just gourmet small pack?
I got this shit from Smith's, which is a local food store here in Las Vegas. And I mean, it was supposed to be like a better quality bacon than Kroger, because that's like the store brand bacon.
Better quality bacon.
Like it was like that uncured bacon. Because you got some bacon that got a bunch of bullshit in it.
I think all bacon has a bunch of bullshit in it.
Well, but some has less bullshit than the other.
Think so?
Yeah. I believe in that.
Nah, man, it's all bullshit. It's all bad.
Yeah.
Can't dress it up. Still bad from the core.
Talking about putting lipstick on a pig? Is that where you're going here?
Yeah. So, we getting right into it? MJ? Wacko?
Nothing but to do it. Wacko Jacko?
Yeah. How do you feel?
All right. So for those who are uninitiated, Wacko Jacko is a nickname for Michael Jackson, pop star extraordinaire, who was always suspected of being creepy at the very least, and at the most serial pedophile. So HBO recently released a documentary, Leaving Neverland, in which they had two of Michael Jackson's accusers tell their story and kind of how the molestation affected them. And this is extremely popular. I think it's like HBO's most watched documentary ever. It's 4 hours long, 2 parts. Each part is a little over 2 hours long. And then there's like an hour interview with Oprah and the two, I guess, stars of the documentary, for lack of a better term.
Who was the other guy? The director?
Yeah, it was the director. Michael Reed, I think is his name.
I thought it was Howie Mandel.
Kind of looked like him. So you asked me how I felt about the documentary. I always thought Michael Jackson was a pedophile. Always. Since I was a child.
A child?
Yeah. My grandfather was straightforward with me. He always used to warn me about, like, molesters and shit like that. He said, don't go any place with strangers. And I always thought it was weird that he'd be walking around with little boys holding their hands. But that's weird as shit. Like, I'm 8, 9 years old, I'm seeing this shit. I'm not holding my grandfather's hand. Like, why would you hold some stranger's hand? Or why would that stranger want to hold your hand? Like, nobody that I knew was doing that shit with little boys. Taking them everywhere, going to amusement parks, holding their hands. And people were making it out to be, oh, he never had a childhood. It's like, still, that's fucking weird. Like, you're an adult now, right? Like, even as a boy, I didn't hold hands with my friends. Like, none of this shit ever made sense. Yeah. So I always thought he's a pedophile. Like, when the accusations came out, I was like, yeah, I can see it. And that wasn't a popular opinion. Fuck it, whatever. I don't care. When the documentary came out and they were going into graphic detail about what they did with them, I wasn't surprised, but it was still unsettling because you get like this mental image of, this Michael Jackson's, fucking pale, nude ass, sucking, little boys, ding dong. It's a fucked up image to have in your head. Yeah. And, you hearing it, it's like, oh man, I don't want to hear this shit. Yeah. I'm, like I said, not surprised. That's kind of what I thought all along. It was still rough to hear. And surprisingly, I think I view him differently now, even though I always suspected that he was a pedophile. Just hearing the details and the type of shit he would do, like the grooming he would do with little boys, how when they got older, he would kind of push them to the side, bring new little boys in. He essentially had like a harem of little boys. Like, he's always around little boys. And yeah, man, like I saw a picture of him afterwards, and I was just kind of looking at it. I was like, this dude's a fucking predator. Like, hearing the shit, I think makes it so much worse than just like having a really good feeling or a bad feeling, however you want to, categorize a feeling that he was fucking around with little boys. What about you? How did it make you feel?
It's tough, man, because, there's only one side to the story. The story that they that they portrayed or wherever they created, it's only one side. There's nobody from Michael Jackson's camp. There's no family. Michael Jackson passed away, so it's like he can't defend himself. So it's extremely one side. It's like extremely biased. So either way, it's nasty. To me, it's nasty. If they're telling the truth, yeah, take a look. If they're telling the truth and all this stuff happened, man, that's nasty. Michael Jackson is nasty. If they're lying, that's nasty for them lying on a dead guy and, saying all this stuff or whatever for someone or against someone who can't defend themselves. So, I don't know, man.
Okay, what would he say? No, I didn't do it. Of course, that's what he's going to say. Hey, we were just sleeping in the bed. He's already defended himself against these type of accusations. And twice. So he's defended himself twice against these accusations. It was the same defense both times. I would never do anything to hurt a kid. I was just, being friendly. I didn't have a childhood, so I want to see kids happy. So I know what he was going to say. That's why I don't view it as such a big fucking deal that no one's coming to the defense of him, because I already know what the defense is going to be. But I think part of it could be that I'm biased because I already thought that he was a pedophile. So I walked in thinking like, all right, we finally going to find out what Michael Jackson did.
Confirm some stuff. And they definitely confirmed it if you already thought he was.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Like, I was biased in thinking, like, I didn't go into it like, well, we'll see what they say. Yeah. I went into it like thinking Michael Jackson's a pedophile and these motherfuckers are about to explain how he molested them.
So you 100% agree with them or believe that everything that they're saying is true?
Well, I believe that they were molested by Michael Jackson. As far as like the graphic details and all that shit, how would I know? They could be putting dubs on it. I don't fucking know. But I do believe inappropriate things happen. No grown-ass man. Remember, Michael Jackson was portrayed to be straight. Mm-hmm. Right. No grown-ass man who liked a good pussy.
Dog is creepy.
Is going to be hanging out with a bunch of little boys.
Yeah, dog is creepy for sure.
We definitely saw him publicly with more little boys than we did with grown women. We saw him with 2 grown women. We saw him with like 12 or 14 little boys.
Yeah, dude is creepy for sure, man. But I can't just write him. I can't cancel him like people would say now about people who, come out and be trying to get rid of. He can't, for one, he can't defend himself.
So what? What's he gonna say? I didn't do it? Like, I already know what he's gonna say. I could do his defense for him. I ain't do it.
Okay, so he was charged with all this, crimes, child molestation and all this other stuff early on, and he was acquitted of all that. He was found not guilty.
Right. Okay.
And these same boys, the same guy, grown man now, they defended him back then.
So, on the first, remember, okay, there's multiple allegations. So the first time, I think it was a civil suit, and both of the guys who were stars of the documentary, went on record in his favor. I don't think they necessarily were in the courtroom because I don't think it didn't get that far, but they were like on TV and shit. The second time, only one of the 2 guys defended him. And the other guy was like, no, fuck you, Michael. Like, you are a terrible person. Like, he couldn't hold the shit in anymore. And I understand it. Now, Randy, 2017, I'd be like, come on, bro. Like, you defended him, but now all of a sudden, obviously, you just want some money. But talking to people and victims of sexual abuse, like, this is a real thing where you get convinced that, I'm not being sexually abused. Like, this is my friend, or, he or she loves me, and da-da-da-da-da. And you just want that person's approval, especially when you groom a person from a child. Like, if you think about what Michael Jackson represented when this shit happened with these 2 people, this is the late 80s, early 90s. He was the biggest superstar on planet fucking Earth.
Still is.
Nah, not anymore.
He is.
Not after this shit. Biggest superstar on planet Earth. These kids look up to him, and then he takes them under their wing. Oh shit, I have to hang out with Michael Jackson. You're 9 years old. Michael's like, hey, you want to keep hanging out with me? You're going to have to suck this dick. And it's like, oh, okay, this is, he telling them that he loves them, and this is how we express our love. And they're like, okay, well, why would they distrust Michael Jackson? A lot of the onus goes on the parents, but, I'm sure we'll get to that a little later. Yeah, like, it's biased. You could probably say so. I was biased going in. I believe him.
It's tough, man.
And he's a monster, straight up. Straight the fuck up.
How? Like, what evidence is pointing that he's a monster? 100% guaranteed, proven
None
monster.
whatsoever. However, it's all circumstantial. But
that sucks.
I mean, that's what it is.
That sucks, man.
But you said dude creepy. Okay,
he's creepy for sure.
So did you? So and these are his words. He just sleeps in the bed with little boys. Just so they have sleepovers. What did you think he's doing? You think he's legitimately just sleeping in the bed with little boys?
I have no clue. Like, if I had a son, I wouldn't allow my son to sleep alone with Michael Jackson.
Right.
But if he did, I wouldn't just automatically assume that he got banged out.
In the same bed, bruh?
I mean, I don't know.
Like a planned sleepover in the bed?
I'm saying it's creepy. It's creepy for sure, 100% creepy. But I'm not saying that he did exactly everything that these guys said that he did.
Oh, I'm not saying that at all.
I agree with that.
But I do 100% believe that he molested them. 100%.
In some way, molested,
yeah. In some way.
If you touch him in the wrong, yeah, okay, I give you that. Yeah, I'm sure.
All that shit's bad. Like there's no like grades of pedophilia, bro. Like it's binary for me. You fuck with little boys or little kids in any kind of way, then you are a pedophile. Like you are in the same boat. I don't preying on children, man. Like come on. Like if you think about what he did, like he used his superstardom to hide in plain sight. Right, because everyone loved Michael Jackson so much that they didn't want him to be this evil person.
Yeah, I get you.
So it's like plausible. It's like deniability. Like, oh no, people are trying to get money from Michael. Mm-hmm. Imagine that shit happened today. Like you got some random, R&B star walking around with a little boy all the time. Like who the fuck is this little boy? Like there'd be all kind of questions raised, but no one raised those questions because they just wanted Michael Jackson not to be this terrible person,
big monster. Yeah, I give you
because everybody loved him.
I agree, but I don't know, man. I just can't write him all. Like R. Kelly, I can 100% unequivocally say like he's done. Like if I never hear another R. Kelly song, I'm cool.
So what's the difference between the two? Because I think there's more point in R. Kelly's favor than there's point in Michael Jackson's favor. Both of them are pieces of shit, just for the record. But I'm saying of the two, I feel like the case against Michael Jackson is stronger than the case against R. Kelly.
There's no case though because he's passed away. He can't defend himself.
What's the defense, Amari? The defense is I didn't do it.
Yeah.
That's okay. I can make the defense for it. We know what he's going to say. We know what he would say.
Okay.
Was he going to have videos of them sleeping and nothing happening? No.
He could. Why wouldn't he have that?
He would take videos of them sleeping? And why wouldn't he have that? Because he was fucking them. That's why he wouldn't have that. And he had his maid say that, we walked in on him. I think one of the people who worked at the house said he walked in on him with his hands in Macaulay Culkin's pants. They testified to that. Another, I think a maid testified to him having like a closet within a closet that had all kind of videos and pictures of like little boys. And the dude would have photo shoots with just him and these little boys. What's the point of that? Why are you getting a photo shoot of you with some little boy?
Like I said, man,
that shit creepy. Weird as fuck.
It's 100%. I agree with that. It's creepy as weird, but all right, maybe I'm saying it the wrong way. Like I agree, Michael Jackson. Like I never really like I listen to like maybe like Thriller, Billie Jean, maybe like once or twice a year.
I thought Michael Jackson was highly overrated, but that's a whole other thing.
I don't think he's overrated. I think his stardom. Well, I don't know what he did to create and have this stardom, but he has it, and I'm always like weirded out by that. The amount of people that just love Michael Jackson, that's weird.
Whatever he did when they see him,
whatever he did, like I gotta give him respect for that. But I never really rocked with his music. It wasn't like just I hear a Michael Jackson song, like I'm going crazy. Like it reminds me of something. Like it's whatever. It's a good song, whatever. I know it's Michael Jackson, but it's cool. But to just, I don't know, man. It's a little different.
What's different about it?
Between him and R. Kelly.
Okay, so explain to me
why he can't defend himself.
R. Kelly can. He fight for his life.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. I feel like even if they're both creepy, we can write them both off. Say, just hypothetically speaking, like they just both went away. Cool, no problem with that. But these two guys, like trying to profit off this situation, they're saying it's not about the money. Like it's 100% about the money.
Based on what? How much they getting paid for the documentary?
It doesn't matter. They get notoriety. The main dude, what is his name? Wade. Like his goal in life was to be like some video producer, right, or director.
He was. But then he switched to I think choreo. No. I'm sorry. So one was a choreographer. One was like a director.
Somebody getting credits for this shit. 100%. Like if you didn't care about the money, you could have dropped this shit on YouTube. But now you got a contract with HBO and you got Oprah coming in at the end. And dude, you're trying to I 100% see it a mile away. They're trying to set up something else. They're promoting something else after this, guaranteed.
All right. So I disagree with you can drop it on YouTube. Yes, you can drop it on YouTube, but will it have the far-reaching impact as if you have an HBO documentary?
Yes.
No, the fuck it wouldn't. It will. You would like some... Yes, it will. No. If he just himself put up his iPhone on a tripod and was like, Michael Jackson molested me, people are like, oh, this dude is just fucking nuts.
No. Same. I'm saying the same exact video, the same production value, the same cameras, the same interviews.
So what's that got to do with anything?
If it's not about money.
Okay, so one, you can't just say the same production value and remove HBO because HBO is the part of the reason why they had the money to do the production value. Because it's not the director who pays for all this shit. No, it's the not the publishing company, but the production agency is the one. The production company is the one who pays for all this. So that's HBO.
All right.
So it's not the director who's paying for the cameras and the lights and the staff and the editing. Like, that's HBO. That's why you need the infrastructure.
Are you 100% sure of that?
Yeah, I'm guaranteed the director didn't pay for all this shit.
So you feel like that's the way all documentaries,
No, not all documentaries. I'm not saying
this particular one,
right? Because it's produced by HBO.
I think they already had it. And HBO put some like finishing touches on it or whatever, but I think like all the camera quality, you can have that shit.
But who's paying for the staff?
Dude, cameras now, you can get that for $5,000. Camera quality, like the quality that they have is nothing exceptional.
Okay, I disagree.
It's exceptional?
It's not super fucking easy to just put together a 4-hour documentary.
Okay.
Like, of that caliber. Like, see,
I've seen that before.
No, but we're spoiled. We're spoiled in thinking that, because we got Netflix, all these streaming shit, Hulu, you see documentaries all the time. Bro, it's so much work that goes into producing something like that.
I'll give it
with
to
the interviews and the time that you got to do it and flying people out and make sure you have the correct staff. And then, shit, you ain't talking about fucking, post-production.
Who they fly out?
Well, they don't all live in the same place.
It was all family. Same ass couch.
First, man, you must not have paid. You must not have paid.
A mom, a grandma, and 2 dudes.
You must not have paid a lot of attention because some of them were in America. Some of them were in America. Some of them were in Australia. They were kind of split up. That was that one family. Not everybody's in the same area. So you got to set up times fly to meet people. So probably got to feed motherfuckers all this other shit.
It's video.
But first and secondly, you not getting super paid off a documentary.
All right. I've been drinking, so I might not be able to formulate this whole thing 100% correctly, but. The whole, we're going to shift gears into the Monique, the Netflix deal or whatever.
Okay.
Her situation. She was trying to get Netflix to pay her to $50 million or $10 million, $5 million or whatever to do a comedy special.
Right.
After she got paid, she wanted to produce the comedy special.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, they already did their comedy special.
Okay.
And they just sold it to Netflix. And then Netflix released it.
Okay.
Their whole tour or whatever was already, the production value, all the video, all the other, whatever. They created that. They just sold it to Netflix.
You sure?
I'm 75% sure.
Nah, man. They're in a contract with Netflix, and then they produced a comedy special.
Afterwards.
They agree with Netflix. I got an hour. You guys want to produce this comedy special? Mm-hmm. Sure. We'll send people out, video record it, edit it for you, we'll get it out for you. Mm-hmm. That's what happened. They didn't have their homie record that shit and then sell it to Netflix. That's not what happened,
so
man.
you're saying they had an idea, then they went to HBO and they're like, all right,
not an idea. They probably had an hour and they said, I want to do a special. And maybe they had the agent shopping it around.
I totally disagree with that. Because just like with, what's that one, the horror flick, Paranormal Activity.
Blair Witch Project.
No, Paranormal Activity.
Okay.
They created that or whatever. It was some film students.
Okay.
They created the video or whatever. The whole movie was done. Mm-hmm. And I think their budget was $15,000.
Okay.
They ended up selling it to whoever the movie producing company or whatever was for $1 million.
Okay.
The production company released the movie to all theaters or whatever. And they made $200 million or whatever first week.
Okay.
It's the same video that those original students created for $15,000. Mm-hmm. And they just sold it.
No chance in hell they would get that in a movie theater without the production company. And those are two different things. We're talking about a crudely shot movie, which you can obviously see is crudely shot. And we're talking about a expertly put together documentary. Come on. Those are two different things.
I'm not saying it wasn't put together well. I'm just saying you can do that without HBO.
No, you could.
Having a budget.
You could, but it wouldn't have the same outreach as when you have it on HBO. Because first of all, HBO is the premier, what's it called? Premium channel. Okay. So the premier premium channel on traditional cable, right? HBO is always everyone's first
top one.
go-to.
I agree.
So when you put it on HBO is you have the little intros, throughout, and they show, Leaving Neverland documentary is coming, blah, 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 blah. HBO's PR team's behind it, pumping it. the reach that you get from that is exponentially greater than if you just released it at like South by Southwest yourself.
No, I agree. No, I think we're
talking
about
it would be hard as fuck to find.
I think we're talking about two different things.
Okay.
I'm saying the reach, if you go with HBO, is definitely going to be larger than if you just release it on YouTube. But I'm saying they can have that whole documentary put together without the help of HBO and just sell it to HBO. Like, hey, I got this documentary. You can look at it. Just distribute it amongst your subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, that could have happened, but I don't think it did based on how it was shot and everything.
What I'm saying
is... that's neither... I don't look at it as neither here or there. If they got money off of it, fine. But I think it's more important to get out the different forms of sexual abuse. Because, I mean, I think what they're doing is trying to, like, at least exposing people to a different form of sexual abuse. Like the manipulation, the grooming, that type of shit that happens.
I'm just saying it's some form of financial gain. Like it has to be, it's in their mind. They're like, all right, we got to get money from this. Like there's some, like the one guy, Wade or whatever, didn't he have like a lawsuit, like a civil lawsuit with Michael Jackson in the state or whatever?
Yeah, got this.
Yeah, exactly. So he's trying to get money from him. He's trying.
Okay.
So, I mean, I just can't. If it happened, it's nasty. If it didn't happen, it's nasty. Either way, it's a nasty situation. But I just can't just write Michael Jackson off. We haven't even heard his side. We can't hear his side.
I know his side. His side is I didn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. What happened if he has, like you said, like video evidence that like none of this stuff happened? Like plenty of nights we just sat together, we laid together. It's like I said, it's creepy.
So why wouldn't the state release it?
They might not have it.
Oh, okay. You don't think anyone went through that entire every square inch of the house?
I don't know the situation.
Come
of the
on,
whole
come on,
evidence,
bro.
Man. Like I said, it's creepy.
Look, are you one of those people that this is the man trying to bring down another black icon?
Not at all.
Okay,
not at all. I'm just saying it's something. Like I'm sure they put a little on it. They lied when they were kids, and they could be lying now. We don't know. I'm just saying I'd rather have all the evidence before I just write somebody off. Okay. Their whole 30 years of their life, like greatest hits and all. All
right. The fact that he constantly was in the public at amusement parks, holding hands with little boys, even on rides.
Yep.
Does that weigh in favor of these two gentlemen who are testifying saying that he molested them, or does that weigh against it?
Like I said, man, it's creepy.
Nah, man, answer the question.
Creepy.
Yeah, answer the question.
I don't know. I don't think it does either.
You don't think it makes it more likely that he was actually molesting little boys? You don't think the fact that he's holding hands with little boys at amusement parks, always around little boys.
I mean, holding hands?
You don't.
All right, so we're judging them off holding hands with little kids?
When's the last time you hold that little boy's hand that you didn't know?
I ain't been 7 in a while.
I'm talking you as a grown man in your 30s. When's the last time you held a little boy's hand?
I'm not. I don't judge somebody else's life.
No. I'm asking you a question. When's the last time you held a little boy's hand?
It's been a while.
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm saying is, I'm never said like it's 100% right. I'm not saying whatever he's doing. I'm not denying or saying that whatever he's done is weird or not right or I'm not saying that. I'm just saying these guys have there's other situations going that we're not seeing.
It's possible, but I don't care. I really don't care about it.
Yeah. Like I said, he's passed anyway. Like, why do we have to keep going on about this guy who's already passed away?
I prefer to know the truth.
Why? He's already passed. He can't hurt anybody else.
How do you think it'll make the victims feel if they see everyone bigging up Michael Jackson and him being this great icon? It's like, that motherfucker trying to put his dick in me.
All right.
Come on, man.
So these two guys who released Leaving Neverland or whatever, when they were younger or whatever, they totally discredited the guy who was actually went to court and tried to accuse Michael Jackson of doing some shit.
Right.
Back when he was a little kid, they were like, nah, nothing didn't happen to me. It didn't happen to me. What does that guy feel like? He doesn't get any credit off this shit.
No.
He didn't release a video.
Still fucked up. But at least
he went to court.
At least now he'd be like, well, thanks, motherfucker. You could have been there 30 years ago.
Nah, that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You don't even mention him? You don't put him in a situation I don't know.
No. So the director said he wanted to do a sequel with those two boys who brought the charges against Michael.
That's fucked up, man.
What was fucked up about it?
It's fucked up.
I mean, it is. I mean, it's fucked up what they did as kids.
It's a fucked up situation, but I just can't, without being able to hear Michael Jackson's side and have all the evidence, I can't just write him off and just say he's 100%. It's 100% proven that he's a creep. That he's all right, he's a creep, but he's pedophile. He was out here really doing 100%.
So you don't.
I don't know.
So you don't think that Michael Jackson's fucking around little boys?
Did he have sex with little boy? I don't know.
I'm not even saying sex, but touch them inappropriately. You don't think that ever happened?
Yeah, smack him on the ass. I'm sure he's done that. Yeah, that's inappropriate. I'm sure he's
Why would he smack a little boy in the ass?
I don't know, man. Why do we
They wouldn't play in sports?
Why do we do that in sports?
Michael Jackson wasn't playing any kind of sports.
Why do we do it in sports?
I don't fucking know.
That's still weird.
No. Don't try to change the spotlight.
I'm not trying. It's not me on the hot seat. It's Michael Jackson.
Michael, why would Michael Jackson smack a little kid ass?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm sure he's touched it weird. Like if you laying around, if you're sleeping and we're sleeping in the same bed, like me and Michael Jackson and a little boy, they're rolling around. So I'm sure his hand is gonna touch the little boy's ass.
Why you sleeping in the same bed as a little boy?
It's weird.
You're Michael Jackson.
I'm not defending Michael Jackson.
It sounds like you are. You're Michael Jackson. You got all the money in the world. You got this mansion. They got all fucking kind of rooms. Yeah. You don't have a guest room these little boys can sleep in?
I'm not defending.
Why are you sleeping in the bed with little boys?
I'm not defending this guy. I'm just saying I don't believe 100% of what these guys are saying.
So you don't believe he molested them?
He could have.
Okay, do you believe it?
Do I believe what?
That you know what I'm fucking asking. Do you believe Michael Jackson?
Question, man.
Do you believe that Michael Jackson molested those two men who were in the HBO documentary Leaving Neverland?
He could have.
Do you believe he did? Yes or no?
I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I don't care. Maybe that's it. I just don't care.
Bullshit.
I don't care.
There's no one who doesn't care.
Care what?
About like what happened. Come on, man.
Like I said, like if you go back to like previous podcasts, I don't put celebrities above like a regular person. So I know there's fucked up people who have $1 million. There's fucked up people who have a penny. Like we're all the same. Like it's fucked up people.
I'm not asking about that. I'm asking if you think whether or not he did it.
He could have. He could have.
You're very non-committal, man.
I don't know, man.
Like, this is what it feels like. It feels like you want to defend Michael Jackson, but it's like, it's a lot of shit that goes against him.
I don't defend anybody who I don't know. Like, I don't know what I only know, like, probably 10% of his life. Like, just his music, the aspects of what he's given us or what he's shown us. I don't know what he does, like, with closed doors.
I know he does with closed doors.
What, sleep with little boys?
Yep. He's admitted to doing it.
It's creepy. I agree, it's creepy. But all this stuff, masturbating and telling the guys to get on all fours and all that shit.
Looking at the butthole.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have happened. It could have. I don't know.
No, that shit was uncomfortable, bro.
Regardless, fucked up regardless.
No, that shit was uncomfortable. I was like, whew, this is uncomfortable.
All right, let's go to the parents.
They're terrible. They're terrible parents. And they admitted as such. There's no chance in hell like that. I don't give a fuck who you are. You could be Barack Obama. If Barack Obama came to me and was like, hey, I'm going to sleep in the bed with your little boy. Like, go fuck yourself, Barack.
All right, I'm shifting gears to all this shit is true.
Okay.
I'm switching up. The parents are fucked up.
Yeah, the parents are fucked up.
Fucked up.
And you know what? I think subconsciously they knew. Because there's no way as a parent you don't know. Even one of the parents was talking about like when Michael first asked him to sleep in the bed with the boy, or the boy asked sleep in the bed with Michael. She was like, fuck no. You crazy. He coming with me. And then that next trip came around. Yeah. That next first class plane ticket, private jet plane ticket, excuse me. And all of a sudden it's okay again. I think they got swept up in the lifestyle. And they're probably thinking like, shit, if we keep saying no, then maybe we don't hang out with him anymore. And it's one of those, I'm just going to turn a blind eye. I hope nothing bad is happening. That's what I think it was. That's why I think they feel so terrible. Because if you legitimately, honestly didn't know, I don't think you feel as badly as they said they felt in the documentary. There's no fucking way you didn't know. No fucking way you didn't know that it happened.
So, man, I was thinking, like, I always knew Michael Jackson was like a huge figure. Like, he was extremely popular. He was extremely iconic. But I never realized, like, how big he was.
Yeah, he was gigantic.
Until watching his documentary.
Oh, really?
Like, he can influence, like, moms. Mm-hmm. It's, like, change their minds of, like, protection and values and different stuff, like, concerning their kids.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
I mean, I realized how big of a star he was when he died, and there was a nationally televised funeral. Yeah. It was, like, performances, and it was on all local channels.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when I was like, this motherfucker is bigger than everything.
Like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not one of those guys who, like, go crazy over celebrities or whatever, but I can only imagine, like, Michael Jackson, like, being in front of me. Like, that would be weird. Crazy.
Because of how he looks, or?
Everything.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it'd be weird to see him.
Who's more popular than Michael Jackson? In our lifetime.
Well, popular is a weird term. Because popular is, like, known?
Known.
I mean, that's still another weird term. It's
celebrated.
I would say no one's has been more beloved than Michael Jackson was in our lifetime.
That's wild, having all that power. That's power.
That's power.
Like, imagine Michael Jackson on Instagram.
That's why Michael Jackson was able to get away with openly molesting little boys.
If you got, imagine if you got like a a follow back from Michael Jackson.
Mama made it.
Man, it's crazy.
But yeah, the parents, they got swept up, bro. They're terrible parents.
Yeah, for sure. They're horrible.
All right. Did you watch Abducted in Plain Sight?
No, I haven't.
Motherfucker.
I haven't watched it, man. I gotta get into it. I watched this Michael Jackson shit, and it was like, all right, I'm not watching anything negative like next month. This is a lot.
So I deal with.
Yeah, I usually don't have that type of stuff in my life, man. But I watched it, and it's like, I feel like this was more of a money grab than the R. Kelly shit.
Ain't no money grabbing R. Kelly. R. Kelly obviously broke.
No. I feel like the people who put it on. Like, it was more of a money grab for the people who put this on than it was for the people who put on the R. Kelly shit.
I don't see a money grab because there's not a lot of money in documentaries.
Super money grab. They had a fucking interview with Oprah at the end.
Oprah's not paying for interviews. You understand that, right?
It's notoriety.
Oh, okay.
If my followers go up, that's money.
These motherfuckers got a book coming out or something?
You could. You know who he is now. You know his fucking name.
I couldn't tell you his name.
James Michael Jackson.
Couldn't tell you his name.
Michael Jackson. It don't matter.
This is James Michael Jackson?
You would know who he is. I'm that Michael Jackson James.
Michael Jackson licked my booty hole. Yeah. Oh, you that dude?
You saw me. That's something, man. You can monetize that somehow. Guarantee you.
Michael Jackson's a pedophile.
He could be. He could be. I'm not defending him, but I'm not just automatically saying he is, but he could be.
All right. I mean, I'll say it.
Yeah,
there's enough circumstantial evidence for me to make. If I was a juror, I'd be like, oh, he's guilty.
To me, it's fucked up because he's passed. His problems, worries, or whatever, they're gone. But I don't know, man. It's fucked up if you really did it. All the boys and all the kids or whatever that he like.
And think about the ones we don't
changed.
know about.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. That's what's fucked up to me. But I don't know. It's all fucked up. It's all crazy. It's all weird.
Money grabs, fucked up.
How much money? All right, we're switching to R. Kelly. Did you watch the interview he had
Gail
with
King?
Gail?
Yeah.
He was like, I think he recently got arrested for child support, right? Like back child support.
Yeah, he's back in jail again. So he owed $161,633.
How much money before all this shit happened? Before the 2019, 2018? How much money did you think R. Kelly had?
I thought R. Kelly could never work a day in his life and be fine. I thought R. Kelly had hundreds of millions of dollars.
Me too.
That motherfucker is broke.
Dog, if this podcast shit pop,
we probably got more money than R. Kelly. I was looking at shit like, bro, you can't spend $162,000.
I'm gonna put 50 on it.
God damn. Motherfucker, cars cost more than that. You can't spend $162,000. I
thought R. Kelly was able to like print money. Like, hey, I'm coming to the club. Pay me $250,000.
He obviously did something wrong. I don't know where all his money went.
He can't read or write.
He got a bad contract.
That's some fucked up shit, man. That's sad.
That's sad.
That's super sad.
So that's what I felt when I saw him get arrested again. And they said he couldn't pay his child support. And I was like, shit, how much is child support?
Millions.
Yeah, I was like, well, he must owe like $10 million child support. Yeah. $162,000.
That's light work. I thought it was light work for R. Kelly.
That's what I thought too. Like, how much you get paid per show, bro? Yeah, it's sad.
That's super sad.
Well,
this is fake.
It's not. How's it fake? He in jail right now.
Sympathy card. You know he's not gonna go to jail for that shit.
Fuck, there ain't no sympathy card being locked up eating that bologna sandwich, bro. Ain't no. Fuck that. People ain't gonna believe R. Kelly anyway. He gonna get convicted.
There's no way he doesn't have He can't pay $160,000.
Maybe he can't. He had to renting on them houses or some shit.
Just go out to the club tonight. Like, dog, just have a show tomorrow.
It doesn't work that way.
Why not?
Who? First of all, who gonna buy R. Kelly?
Everybody.
Right now.
Everybody.
Right now?
R. Kelly?
No, man.
You telling me R. Kelly concert is in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, whatever. He can't charge $100 a ticket?
I mean, he could. No one's going to buy it right now.
Everybody's going to buy that shit.
It's going to be
sold out.
They would have bought it 3 months ago, not right now.
It's going to be sold out today, tomorrow.
It doesn't matter. Dude broke. He ain't got the money.
That's fucked up. That's crazy. Now, that shit opened my eyes to, like, life. That shit is real.
Well, first of all, a lot of these record contracts are horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Horrible. You ever have them with the fucking De La Soul?
Yes. That's fucked up.
Like, so for those of y'all who don't know, Tommy Boy, which is a record label back in the 90s, owns the rights to De La Soul's music. Like 90%, right?
90%.
Yeah. And they are making De La Soul's music available for streaming, but they're getting 90% of the profits from the streaming service. De La Soul's like, yo, like, we the ones that did all this shit. All you did was give us an advance.
They didn't sing one hook.
Nope. I couldn't name one executive at Tommy Boy. But they don't get the lion's share of the money.
That's crazy.
All
right, so whose fault is that?
De La Soul's.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
So, full disclosure, I'm an attorney. And this is why you should get an attorney before entering into a contract.
Yeah.
Especially a contract involving your intellectual property. Right? So where you're making something that no one else can make is profitable. But you're giving the rights to your creation to someone else so you can have the fast money. Like, this is a problem that I don't think a lot of artists or creatives recognize. We're getting better now because we have people, coming out and letting them know, like Jay-Z, own your masters, blah, 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 blah. So hopefully it'll be different now. But when De La Soul signed with Tommy Boy, that was a point in time when people or, artists were just getting happy to get any kind of money. They just signing, not reviewing shit. And, 20, 30 years later, it's come back to bite him in the ass severely. I'm sure De La Soul still got to do concerts in order to make fucking rent or the mortgage. While the executives with Tommy Boy like, cool, we got De La Soul, we got countless other artists that we still making money off.
Passive income.
Mm-hmm. So when someone else is back, that's the ultimate passive income. You ain't got to think the shit up. You don't have to create anything. You just got to get that motherfucker to sign, and everything that person creates, you get the majority of.
That's horrible.
Is it horrible?
That's horrible.
Or is it smart?
No, it's smart. If I'm Tommy Boy, it's the greatest thing ever. But if I'm De La Soul,
it's the worst thing ever.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah, that's why you have attorneys. So
I can understand it.
It's fucked up. Like, I don't want. Like, I'm not arguing that Tommy Boy shouldn't own 90%. If that's what the contract says, that's what the contract says. I respect contracts. You gave your word, you gave an obligation. I feel those should be honored. Otherwise, we have chaos. If you could enter into a contract and then, 20 years later say, I don't like the terms of the contract, you shouldn't be allowed to benefit from that. That'd be utter fucking chaos. Right? We need certainty in our society.
Oh, if you say that, then how do you defend the whole Michael Jackson situation? He was found not guilty.
That's not a contract. That's 12 people thinking that he didn't do it, and I disagree with those 12 people. If those kids sign a contract to be molested by Michael Jackson, we got a different story.
Yes. All right, man. I get you. It's still chaos.
No, it's not
the legal
chaos.
System doesn't matter.
No. I'm not saying that Michael Jackson should be arrested. I'm not saying that. He was put on trial. He defended himself, and he got acquitted. He should not be in jail. I'm not saying that at all. I want to be very clear about that. He should not be in jail for whatever charges were brought against him, because he was acquitted by a jury of his peers. But that doesn't mean he wasn't a pedophile. Innocent people get convicted often. Guilty people go free often. It was a case here of Michael Jackson being a guilty person going free. I don't have any problems with that because he had a fair trial under the Constitution. He defended himself and he got off. No, I'm not upset whatsoever about that. I don't even go as far as saying he should be put in jail had he still been alive today, because he was on trial and he beat it. Like, that's it. That's the certainty. I'm not saying he should go back to jail. Not at all.
But he's a pedophile.
But
he shouldn't be in jail.
Because for that charge, against him, I think it was that Make-A-Wish kid. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, because he was tried. We got double jeopardy laws here in Las Vegas. Jesus Christ, here in America, he shouldn't be retried for that. But like other shit, depending on statute of limitations, depending on where the applicable laws are, I have no problem with that. I don't have I can separate law from actuality. Like I get it. It's not a perfect system. And I'm okay with that because you can't ever have a perfect system. This ain't fucking Minority Report. Anyway, back to it. You gotta have certainty. So you're in contract, you sign a contract. You probably should have someone look at it before you sign that fucking contract. But I get it from De La Soul's point too. It's like, fuck, man. Like when last time De La Soul had an album?
I honestly can't think of one De La Soul album or song.
Bonita Applebum? Was that De La Soul?
I don't know. Man.
I think that's so.
It's just fuck. I know the name. I don't know the artist. It's all nasty, man.
I get it.
You fucked up.
But you fucked up, bro. Yeah. Like, this is part of fucking up.
That's what hurt Lil Wayne's image in my eyes. Like him going through the whole baby situation. Like, wait a minute, man, you Lil Wayne. Like I was listening to you when I was like 12, 13, 14, and you still like complaining about another man like not paying you.
Like, yeah.
But then 50 Cent got all these other like situations and businesses or whatever. Rick Ross is a boss. All these other guys got like, they're in a higher situation than you are. They're not complaining with like old guys or whatever, little dudes or whatever. But
little dudes.
Yeah, you still complaining like, hey, man, he'd pay me my money for these albums.
Like, that's your fault, buddy.
Dog, you're a clown.
Yeah, that's your fault, buddy.
That's crazy.
You should always be wary of a person who says that, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
You always be wary of that person. And, they also, learn that shit the fucking hard way. Yeah. In that same vein, because they also really doesn't have like a leg to stand on for everything that I've seen. There's maybe some different shit out there, But shout out to Tidal for honoring their wishes and not making their shit available for streaming. Another reason why y'all should fuck with Tidal. They got the best curated playlist. This is not an ad, by the way. They got the best curated playlist.
Yeah.
It's owned by the artist. And you get everything you're going to need to get.
We got to get into this. I was thinking about the playlist situation, but we'll talk about it after everything.
No, man.
This will be the last thing.
Can we talk about right now? I mean, you brought it up.
I want to go into I know we were pivoting.
You want to go into the Kanye West?
Kanye shit, yeah.
All right, we can go into Kanye West. So for those of you who don't know, Kanye West has sued his record label, EMI, and then they countersued him recently, claiming breach of contract. So Kanye essentially says that his contract is slavery. He should be let out of it because it's ridiculous. They also filed a lawsuit in California, kind of a forum shopping thing. I'm not going to get into the deep weeds of like the legal aspects of it, but there's a particular reason why they filed a lawsuit in California, because California has a certain limitation on contracts of servitude. And Kanye has since passed that amount of time. One of the most controversial clauses in his contract is the following, and I'm going to read it. You, Mr. West, hereby represent and warrant that to EMI, you will, throughout the term as extended by this modification, this was a contract modification where he extended it, remain actively involved in writing, recording, and producing compositions and major label albums as your principal occupation. At no time during the term will you seek to retire as a songwriter, recording artist, or producer, or take any extended hiatus during which you are not actively pursuing your musical career in the same basic manner as you have pursued such career to date. The preceding representation should not be deemed to prevent you from taking a vacation of limited duration. This clause says you got to keep working and you can't quit. This is a slavery clause.
When was this signed?
So this is a modification. So he originally signed it, I want to say 2007, 2008, something like that. But he extended it multiple times afterwards. And this is one of the modifications, one of the extensions.
All this stuff is showing me, man, all these guys are clowns, man.
You gotta get a motherfucking lawyer. Lawyer up.
Oh, these guys are clowns, man. Like you.
Where was Jay-Z when this happened?
How are you Kanye West and you signing something that says you can't retire?
Yeah. You can't stop making music.
Like, I'll tell you when your last shot is.
Like Chicago Bulls or the Washington Wizards telling Jordan, like, nah, you got 3 more years, bro. Better roll your ass out there.
Dog, that's crazy. All these guys, R. Kelly don't got any money. Like, Kanye West can't stop working. Dog, these dudes, Chicago taking an L. Chicago taking that super L. Capital L. Yeah, with Jesse.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about Jesse. 16 felony counts.
Yeah.
All well deserved, but whatever.
Yeah, man. It's tough, man. Like, it's almost... I kind of like it.
Kind of like what?
I kind of like normalizing these celebrities. Like it's showing you like, man, like it's like a preconceived notion that like all these guys like extremely rich, the houses are paid for, they got, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars like just like liquid just available to them. Mm-hmm. And all this stuff, unless they're just lying or whatever, playing the system or whatever, if this all the stuff is true, R. Kelly can't pay his, pay his child support, back child support. Lil Wayne is begging another man to pay him for some album sales, and Kanye West is complaining about some contract shit where he can't retire. Like, this shit is fuck. This, like, normal people, if you know what you're doing, man, you can grind and grow and have a better base than the people that you look up to.
Yeah, probably. Or at least be in a better position.
Yeah.
But I mean, to their defense, when they entered these contracts, it wasn't publicly known at that time. Like it was just you just signed a contract. There was no negotiation with it. I mean, you think about it. You taking these people who probably don't have a high level of education. You putting a lot of money in front of their face and say, "Hey, just sign here. Yeah. Don't worry about all that shit in there." Yeah, and they're like, "Fuck it, let me sign this document."
I fuck with Soulja Boy more and more after all.
Jesus. You can't fuck with Nip. You fuck with Soulja Boy.
No, Nip. You already know Nip is number one or whatever. Independent, doing your own thing or whatever. But Soulja Boy and Nip, I like that whole independent grind and pulling it from the mud. Like you gotta respect that more than just here go a bag and here I own you.
Right. And I think this, I would hopefully incentivize people or spur people to support your local artists, right? Support the the people who are trying to make shit on their own. Like support them, right? Don't support the agency that signs them. Right? Give them enough support to where they can maintain it independently.
As long as it's 75% as good as
the next one. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. You have to, man.
Because, had De La Soul or Kanye West had the support of the community, before, blowing up, they probably wouldn't need a Def Jam or they wouldn't need a Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
But they get in a position where, no one's fucking with them unless they have, they check certain boxes.
Yeah.
And, man, that's just whack, bro. Like,
super whack.
You got to represent talent for talent. Like, if you see someone on Instagram, you hear some shit, like, oh, that motherfucker killing it. Like, let people know. Why not? Like, why not, let other people know about something that you think is dope. Like, I don't understand that. I've never understood that. We'll share shit from a major record label, but we won't share independent artists.
Crabs in a barrel.
Like, it's crazy as fuck to me.
All the time.
Like, you hear someone, rapping at a cypher at a fucking club or whatever, and you're like, oh, it's just a local rapper. Who cares? But if that's that same rapper, but he's signed to, whatever record label, all of a sudden you sharing that shit is everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's so fucking weird. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't get it, man.
We're programmed. Like, I think us as humans, we're programmed. And the word that they use is like influence. But
influence is like programming, yeah.
We're programmed, dude, to like do certain things. Like I was just like driving around and like it was, I don't know, man. I don't know what space I was in, but I was looking at cars as they were driving by as, I was on the freeway and I was trying to like interpret like a fast car.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like, why do like when you see a car that has those two stripes, those painted like,
racing
stripes, why do we just automatically assume that those stripes, like when we see those stripes, that car is fast?
Conditioning. We've been conditioned to believe that.
That's crazy.
Pavlov's dog.
That's crazy. I seen it on like a Dodge Neon. I just automatically assume that shit's fast.
It must be a sleeper car. No one just puts racing stripes on cars that ain't fast.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Like we're programmed, and it's, I don't know, man, it's all crazy, man. Like I don't know where did we go from here?
Social media. It all comes down to us, and we have to do more as a people. Not we as in black people. I mean, we as people in general. Yeah. In far as supporting other people and not supporting agencies or companies and shit like that. What we don't understand is that we have more power than any individual company, any individual person. When I say we, I'm talking about all people, right? Because we made Amazon. We made Google. We made Facebook. But now we think that these companies are, they're so much bigger than we are, man. Shit. Amazon's this gigantic company and, no one can ever approach them. I was like, nah, bro, if people start fucking with Amazon goes away.
Yeah. For sure.
That's the thing that people don't understand. And I think part of this, whole, Me Too movement, that I like is the fact that we're starting to see that people have power. So when you upset people and they stop fucking with a certain people or, a certain population or a certain company or whatever, it has an impact. I would hope that, we can look at that and like, oh shit, this is how much power we have. Where if, a lot of us go on Twitter and say, we don't want to see this actor, then that motherfucker can't get a job anymore. And then we would use that for good, but it's probably not going to happen. Yeah. People are just going to be like, that guy's an asshole. I'm glad he's an asshole. And then they would move on and forget the actual power that we control, that we actually have. I mean, think about it. People determine who's going to be in charge of our country.
Yeah.
Like, we make all the major decisions.
It's so scary, though, man.
Is it scary?
With the internet and social media and perception and, I don't know. It's all crazy, man. We can be influenced so easily just with a snap of a finger, a video clip. It can change the whole perception of someone. It could be totally false.
It's possible. You talking about Michael Jackson?
No, I'm talking. It was a clip of. I'm just talking about and everything. But there was a clip of Chris Brown. I don't know if you've seen it, where it was supposedly he was like taking a bump, smoking cocaine or whatever, like in a club or whatever. Yeah. You saw that one?
No, I didn't see it. Okay. Go ahead.
So yeah, it was a video or whatever. You can see it. He's in a club, whatever, around some people, or whatever. But you can see him clearly, and it's. On the video, it shows that he's going down, like reaching to his shirt, near his pocket or whatever, and he sniffs something up, and he comes back up with a cigarette as well. Like he did like a sniff and a cigarette grab at the same time. Okay. And everybody just, complete uproar, like, oh, he's doing drugs in the club or whatever, just as blatant as Chris Brown doing cocaine or whatever. And
Who hasn't done drugs in the club? Let's be honest.
But, it's just basically just a confirmation that this guy really is doing cocaine or whatever.
Oh, I got you.
And it's like, all right, people are going crazy and running with it or whatever. And I guess I was looking at comments and I don't know, I skipped a couple of comments or whatever. And I saw another video and they had the same shit in reverse. Like the original video was in reverse.
Really?
Yeah. So he was actually just lighting the cigarette in the club. Instead of like going down and like taking it looked like he was like, sniffing
taking a bump.
Yeah. But he was actually just lighting a cigarette in the club. But everybody just ran, oh yeah, I know he's been doing cocaine for 5 years, ever since the Rihanna. Like, it's crazy, dude.
Who gives? To be fair, he's probably done cocaine at one point. But who gives a shit?
Exactly. But I'm just saying how easily it is to like, just imagine you take that same video or whatever, you just translate it or whatever, or make it a video in politics. Somebody can be like the greatest nominee or whatever, but a video can come out of them that's been manipulated or changed or whatever. And our whole, maybe not everyone, but the perception of them has changed because of this just invalid video.
Well, they have a software now where you can, if you have enough public speaking footage of a particular person, the software can make that person say whatever you want them to say. So I didn't explain that very well. If you have enough video footage of a particular person speaking, you can use that footage to, you use the software to manipulate that footage to make that person say whatever you want to say.
To piece it together. Or
yeah,
I got you.
And they can, the software, if, it hears a pronunciation of certain words enough times, can just start creating or replicating that person saying something.
That's nasty.
Yeah. So, it's possible.
That's crazy, dude.
But, tough, part of it, I think, is transparency, too. I think in today's society with, all the advancements in technology, it's more important for, people in higher positions or celebrity status to be as transparent as possible. So you can kind of get that goodwill, or people kind of have an understanding of who you are as a person. And I feel like you should be as honest as possible as well. So people kind of understand who you are as a person, you get that goodwill. Because if you're consistently one type of person, and then there's like some video footage or some shit of you being a totally separate type of person, questions are going to be raised. Like you wouldn't automatically think that video of you being some asshole is true.
I disagree with that.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It creates more headlines because it's.
So it would be popular, but I think you have more people coming to your defense. They're like, nah, man. Look at all the shit this person's said. Here, and here. Nah, this doesn't seem like this person.
I disagree because, like, sane people, like cool people who I want to like support me, I don't think they just go in comments and just react to every video. But the people who are against me and like just want to create negativity, they will comment. And the comments are what you see more than just the people watching the video.
Right. So you will have people who make those comments, right? But I think you have people who's coming to your defense.
I don't know. I think the perception has already been tainted.
Probably.
And it doesn't matter.
That's our society, yeah.
Yeah, the people who respond will be the most visible. And the people who respond are the people who want to spread negativity. The people who rock with you, they might not just don't care. Like, nah, I don't believe that shit. Like,
do they really rock with you though if they'll come to your defense?
Yeah, because I rock with people, but every time I see a bad video of them or something that I don't agree with, I don't just go in the comments and write a paragraph. Like,
that's true.
Nah, this can't be right. Look back in the 90s, back what he did.
That's true.
I don't believe that shit. That's just what I think in my mind. Like, that ain't true.
Let's put out #fake news.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think we're just easily manipulated. Sucks.
For sure.
It sucks.
For sure. And if you don't think you are, you are.
Yeah, it's crazy. Headlines, breaking news.
Clickbait.
Yeah.
All that shit.
Screw this. I don't think we'll ever change.
Speaking of easily manipulated in headlines and all that, it is not International Women's Day.
Yep.
So, I wanted to ask you, in celebration of this day, because I think it's deserved, right? I think we should recognize all the achievements and things that women have done. And, we should treat women as equals, because they are.
I agree.
So, I mean, it's kind of a weird scenario. Like, I have the same feeling about International Women's Day as I have about Black History Month. I'm like, okay, why do we need, like, a particular day for it? But I get the sentiment behind it, and I support it wholly. So, what I want to ask you is, do you have any particular women that you would like to highlight on International Women's Day?
All women who... just all women in general, I think.
Just all women in general?
All women in general. To me, like, giving birth is, like, that's, like, the most exceptional. Like, you're creating life. Not to sound like some, just some feminist or, somebody who's just 100, just...
You gonna make me be that dude, huh?
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy.
No, you gonna make me be that dude.
What do you mean? Oh, do you disagree with me?
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Like, just creating life is something crazy, man. So if you're able to do that and, like, you're special, and just the majority of women are able to do that, so I just gotta give respect to that.
If the majority of women are able to do it, how is it special?
Because guys can't do it.
So? That's just a genetic thing. That doesn't make it special. It's just genetically.
You're special.
So are you special if you sunburn?
No. That's different. That's totally different
about it. It's genetics.
That's not you.
No, it's genetics.
You're born with it. If you're born with something special.
Okay, first of all, women aren't making babies on their own. You need some sperm up in there, dog. Health 101.
Not according to Jurassic Park.
Okay, so Jurassic Park is your source. All right. Look, man, I think it's short-sighted to say women are special because they can have babies. I don't believe that.
You don't believe they can have babies?
No, I believe they can have babies. I don't think that makes them special.
Why not?
Because the vast majority of women can have babies. It's a genetic thing. Just like men aren't special because they got a hard dick. Similar things. That doesn't make it special because you can have a baby. Because the vast majority of women can have a baby. It's not like you learned a skill to have a baby. No, you're born, you go through puberty, and oh shit, I can have a baby now. What I think makes women special are those women who, because women face a high level of discrimination. It's not talked about nearly enough. Those women who, face that discrimination or, face that persecution and move forward, break the barriers, break the mold, shit like that. Antoinette Harris is like the first female who received a scholarship to play football. It's something, at a skill position. I think she plays safety or some shit. I gotta look it up. I don't know which position she plays. But I know it's a skill position, like a kicker, because we've had female kickers before. And football is traditionally like the manliest of men's sports or whatever it is. And this woman, who's I'm sure was told no a million fucking times, was like, "Nah, I want to play and I'm good enough to play." And she played and got a scholarship. So something like that's some special shit. Having a baby, like you can lay your back and have a baby.
Producing a human is different.
Nah, but it's genetic. Like it's nothing that they're doing to produce the baby.
What is your definition of special?
When you do something that not a lot of people can do.
What defines?
Or you do something that hasn't been done before. You do something that is like a trailblazing moment. You something like that.
The majority of people do not have kids.
What?
They do not reproduce.
That doesn't mean they can't though.
Yeah,
the majority of it doesn't. Some people just want to have fucking babies. The majority of people can reproduce. Like,
right,
that's what it is. Otherwise, they wouldn't be alive.
You're thinking about women. I'm thinking about just people in general.
Well, it's International Women's Day.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So if you include males, they can't have kids.
I think it's more women on Earth than men.
All right, cool. So we just take whatever percentage, 40% of the population of males don't have kids. And then we take the percentage of women who can't have kids just naturally, biologically. They aren't wired to have kids. They can't have kids. You got to take that percentage out. Then you got to take out the percentage of women who just didn't have kids for whatever choice that they had.
You don't take those out because they can do it. No, because they can do it.
So somebody creating life, that's special.
That's not special. It's selfish. One.
It's selfish?
Having a kid is selfish. Come on, bro. Yeah. Okay. Why do people have children today? There's all these kids, all these orphans, all this shit. You can go adopt a baby from China, adopt an African baby, adopt a baby from Chicago.
To continue your legacy.
Okay, right. You want something that looks like you. Like it's the most, having a child is the most selfish thing you can possibly do outside of, dumping nuclear waste into a drainage ditch.
No, having a kid and not caring for him is selfish.
Not necessarily. I mean, it's fucked up. I wouldn't call it selfish.
That's selfish.
Probably.
Like, I want to party instead of having being a mom.
But think about it like this. So you have a kid. That's necessarily less resources for everyone else because that person.
All right, Thanos.
I'm just saying necessarily, right?
I'm rocking with you.
And the only reason you want to have it because you want someone that looks like you. Because there's no other in today's society. There's no other reason to have a child other than I want something that looks like me, has my traits. Because there's all these kids out here, like you said, you have a baby, don't take care of it, they end up in orphanages, they're in places where they can't be taken care of. They're in need of a family to be adopted. And you choose not to do that. You choose to make a whole new person who takes up all these fucking resources from everyone else.
So you feel like just your kid is not going to be able to benefit society as much as they take from society?
Who has a baby and is like, I'm making the next Albert Einstein?
Everyone.
Get the fuck out of here.
90% of them.
No one's thinking that.
You hope that.
No. Anytime you ask someone, why you want a baby? I do this a lot. Like, why you want to have a baby? Oh, I want like a little mini me, or I just want to take care of a little baby. It's always like a baby.
Yeah.
A baby, like
not a person.
Not a person. Not like a human being.
I never think that. I want my. I feel like I'm dope. So if I put I create another being with another woman who's dope, and I'm like, it would be like LeBron.
Yeah,
like
hopefully.
LeBron in life.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to do with my son. I'm trying to make him be great.
That's not selfish. He's gonna like provide society with more than he takes away from it.
Okay, yeah,
so it's not selfish.
I'm trying to make my son be great. I also had him when I was 24. I'm sure you can draw parallels there. All right, I'm sure you can draw parallels there.
All right.
So I didn't necessarily have the same.
So you're saying back then?
Back then, right?
That's you though.
Right. I mean, that's me.
Yeah. That's not everyone. They don't have that same
exactly. What I'm saying is, I think the majority of people when they have babies. So you got motherfuckers who have babies like, oh shit, I got a baby coming on the way. You get people who have a baby that's like, oh shit, we're pregnant. Those are two different people, right? So the people that say, oh shit, we're pregnant, super selfish. 100% selfish.
All right, okay. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
but there's totally different people. You're making the subject, like the focus group, even smaller now.
No,
the people are selfish.
But those are the people.
But
that's what I was talking about. People who plan to have children, like the old fashioned way. You pop a baby out instead of going out and adopting something. There's people out there who's like, shit, I got pregnant. I don't believe in abortion or whatever it is. I respect that. I wouldn't necessarily call that selfish. I would call that like, well, you probably should have been more careful. But make sure you take care of that kid when he comes out. And if you have any kind of doubts that you be 100% to taking care of that child, pull that motherfucking emergency cord and get out of there. Like, I have no problem with that. If you can't 100% commit to taking care of a child that you're gonna have, don't have that child.
I agree with that. But just having a kid doesn't mean you're selfish.
Generally,
it's not the selfish act.
If you go out to reproduce, have a child of your own, just because you want something that looks like you, that is inherently selfish. It has shit. Parents think that, like, oh, I'm not selfish. This is the most selfless thing I can do. I'm going to be sick for 9 months. Blah, 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 blah. Have a baby. Now I got to take care of it. How is that selfish, Randy? The kid ain't fucking answer that shit. Who asked for it? You did. You could have went out there and got some little baby from Africa, not been pregnant, but that baby wouldn't look like you. That baby wouldn't have had your traits. You want a baby that has your traits. That shit is inherently selfish. So you're adding another person to an already overpopulated planet to take resources away from the planet that's already doesn't have a good, outlook considering how we use our resources.
Yeah, but my son,
simply because you want something that look like you.
My son or daughter might be the one to change everything.
Okay. Possibly.
Yeah.
The overwhelming odds is that's not going to happen. Overwhelming odds is your son or daughter's going to be someone shitting in the river. It's like the next guy in the apartment complex over 2 streets over. Like, come on, man.
No, I don't see how that's selfish.
The overwhelming odds are that your child is not going to do anything to change the world. There's very few people who do shit to change the world. So the overwhelming odds are. You know when babies are born today?
You have to explain that. to change the world.
To
do something, Elon Musk. Yeah, okay.
To do something impactful. Like on a global scale or even a fucking national scale. The overwhelming odds are that person's gonna fucking get a job, work for about 20 years, get married, have a couple of little fuck kids, themselves, and the cycle keeps continuing.
So I feel, all right, so you're not going extremely micro with it. With me, everything, I go extremely like to the root. That one person who directly might not create something that's going to change society, but if they're a good person, they can influence someone else to change society.
Yeah, it's possible.
So that person can still have an impact on society indirectly. Yeah.
But the odds are that won't happen.
No, I don't know about that.
Oh, come on.
If you're just a good person and you're just helping out good people your whole life.
Come on, dog. I'm saying
somebody's going to be great.
The odds are that won't happen. If you think about it, so women, right? Mm-hmm. You subject yourself to this hell, they say, for at least 6 months. 9 months. I give you the full 9 months. Just so you can have someone that look like you. Just so you can have something that looks like you. Because you can go get a baby and not have to go through all that bullshit.
They might not be great. Biologically, you don't feel like you're connected with them because they're not you.
Exactly. It's only because you want something that you have this connection with that you create.
It has your traits, your genes.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's selfish because you just want another you out there.
That's not true.
Like if you want a baby, if you generally like, I just want to take care of a baby, boop, 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 then go get some little baby from somewhere.
You want your baby.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's selfish. You want your baby, so you add another person to the world, taking resources from the world because you want to look like you,
like
and you want to have your traits.
Adding to the population, but it's still you don't just want a baby that looks like you. That's not the whole reason that you want a baby.
Exactly, Amar. That's what I'm saying. The majority of people who have babies is done for selfish reasons because you want a baby that looks like you or has your traits at the very least. You don't want to just take care of a kid. You want a kid. You want your kid. You want a kid that you created.
I'm saying that if my traits are mixed with someone else's traits that have positive, good traits, great traits, we'll create a being that's extremely great.
Well,
I might not be able to do that with somebody who I just adopt. It's not my personality.
So there's no way you can guarantee. You don't fucking know. You can give birth to a serial killer.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm willing to take that chance. I'm really willing to roll those dice. I'm betting on myself in every situation. So if I have a kid, like if I have to choose, like, all right, you're gonna make somebody great. You want to choose this other kid that might be great, or you want to have a kid your own with your gene, your DNA that can be great. I'm always choosing the kid that I created.
Of course you are, because that's like part of our makeup, right? We are designed to, procreate and spread our seed. That's part of it.
That's not selfish.
Yeah, it's 100% selfish. 100% selfish.
You just betting on yourself.
No, you're not. Because that's not you. That's what people don't. No. That's what people don't understand. Like they think in their heads that this baby's gonna be a fantastic kid. It's gonna be just like me. Both the father and the mother think that. That's not what fucking happens, right? And you have this connection to this person because of genetics, right? Because if the only reason why people have like this need to reproduce is because that's the gene that's been passed down. People back in, way, 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 way long ago, if you didn't like kids, you didn't have kids, then your gene of not liking kids doesn't get passed on. But the gene of liking kids has gotten passed on because those are the people who kept having kids.
To me, the reason why we have kids that we can adopt are because they come from selfish parents or a situation
All
that
parents
was
are
selfish.
Some more selfish than the others. I think I do agree with you that if you have a kid and you give it up or you don't do shit with it, or you don't take care of the kid. Yeah. No, that's different. That's different. But if you don't take care of a kid, I agree. I think that's more selfish than the parents who want to have kids that look like them. However, it's still selfish to want to have a baby by you. It's selfish. Like, I understand it. I'm not faulting you for it, but that's selfish. It's just as selfish as like you see one French fry left and you like, all right, I'm gonna take this without asking anybody.
So you're connecting a French fry to a human being?
Same shit.
Same shit. I'm looking up the definition of selfish right now.
Wasn't a song out there back in 2009 or some shit? Anyway, so no specific women for International Women's Day. That was a weird little side.
Yeah, we got into that. Yeah. Everyone, man. No, anyone, women specifically. I haven't thought of one particular woman that I would nominate. But yeah, I mean, this is all women in general. Like honestly, man, like I respect everyone the same way who I don't know. If I don't know you, like you're put in that same category as the same respect.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I disagree with that. So, for instance, the women's U.S. soccer team, they're suing, claiming that they're being discriminated against because even though they are objectively better than the men's soccer team, okay, when I say objectively, I mean they've accomplished a lot more than the men's soccer team in their respective divisions. They're getting paid a fraction of the men get paid. And being like a black man and understanding and appreciating the civil rights movement, I have nothing but high praise for them for doing this. And I hope they win the lawsuit, and I hope they get set up to take care of their families and all this other shit. When I see things like that, I feel like that garners more respect than just, the general, you see a person on the street, because you're kind of sticking your neck out there. Like, people may say, oh, it's a pecuniary gain and, you're trying to get money, blah, 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 blah. But no, you're putting your neck out there. You put your name on a lawsuit. You open yourself up to ridicule and, exploration and poking, for lack of a better term, from people you don't even know, because you believe that you're being wronged. And that's the essence of, I think, the American society, in that equality should be king. And these women feel like they aren't not being treated equally, and they're taking the necessary steps to, get that equal treatment. Nothing but big respect for them.
Woof podcast. the whole meaning of this, like, we don't have all the evidence, all the facts behind us. We just, say what's real and what's on our mind.
Right.
All right. So say I'm like
I like that disclaimer.
Yeah. I have no evidence about either one of these situations or whatever. Say I'm a promoter and I'm going to book someone. One person has, all the championship belts. They have all the accolades. They have all the personal, every championship that you can receive, they have it. But when I bring this person into my arena, club, whatever, they only bring 1,000 people. Mm-hmm. But they have all the accolades.
Right.
I have another person. The person has 0 accolades. Mm-hmm. They don't have any championship, no rings. They're not the best at anything. But every time I bring them into my arena, they bring 1 million people.
Okay.
Who do I pay more?
Who do you pay more?
The person who brings in more money. So, I mean, if you're looking, I don't know. I don't have any evidence or any facts on that, the pay and the salary between the women and the men, the soccer teams or whatever. But I'm just going off of what I know in the NBA. Like, when I look at the WNBA, the arenas are empty. Mm-hmm. When I look at the NBA game, the same respective team, city or whatever, the arenas are packed.
Okay.
So if one is bringing in more money than the other, I mean, it makes sense to pay the other. It could be reversed. It could be 20 years from now, 30 years from now, the WNBA could be bigger than the NBA. And it could be completely reversed. And I would still agree, whoever brings in more money, those are the people who should get paid more.
Gotcha. I understand that. But I think what the women U.S. soccer team is arguing is that they aren't getting paid a equal percentage that the men are getting paid. So if you kind of break it down as far as like ticket sales and all this other shit that they bring in versus what the men bring in, the men are getting paid a greater ratio than what the women are getting paid.
I agree with that. That's fucked up.
Yeah. It's not even fucking close. Like, the women's soccer team is the premier U.S. soccer team, period. I mean, they've won multiple World Cups. They've won Olympic medals, Olympic gold medals, the whole fucking nine. And it's not right that they get paid a fraction of what the men get paid. Like, period. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't give a shit, who's more popular or whatever. They should at least be paid an equal percentage.
No, yeah, I agree with that. Well, yeah,
I mean, the men's soccer team didn't make the fucking World Cup last time. Like, come on.
But if I'm looking at it strictly from a business perspective. If I can bring in more money, I can negotiate better. Like, there's some, like, so say you're going to a casino. Okay. Like, me and you go to the casino or whatever. We have $1,000. We're going to the casino. We're at the mercy of whatever the rules are in place of that particular casino at that particular time. There's some, like, high rollers. I was watching a documentary on Phil Ivey. He's like a world-renowned, like, poker player. And I think he's might be based in Vegas, but he's a world-renowned like gambler. He gambles millions of dollars at a time on different games or whatever. His situation, like when he goes gambling or whatever, he'll call the casino and make like, hey, you guys have to stay on 16, if you're playing blackjack. Like he creates the rules. Like after every deal, like you guys got to shuffle. After every, deck or whatever, I want a different dealer. Like he can make different like decisions and rule. He can negotiate better because he brings in more money, because he has more power.
Okay.
So I mean, it goes back to that to me with everything.
But you can't compare a gambler and a sports team.
Why not?
So a gambler is only beneficial to a casino if he's losing money, right? If the gambler comes in and always wins, the casino doesn't want him there. Like, get this motherfucker out of here.
It's all about play.
True. But when it comes to, paying fair share for performance, you can't argue that the men's U.S. soccer team can hold a candle to the women's U.S. soccer team. Like, it's not even close.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they might not be in a position of power.
But why is that?
On the same
because they're women?
No, because they're not bringing in enough.
Because they're women. I guarantee you this: if the men's soccer team had the same amount of success as the women's soccer team is having, say the roles were reversed, you would see a shit ton more ads for the men's soccer team.
I don't think it's success based.
Yeah, for sure it is.
I think it's financially based.
I mean, but here's what I'm saying: you would see a bigger push or a bigger marketing campaign if it was the men's soccer team, creating all these accolades. We still have this sexist society where, for some reason, men think women are lesser. I have no idea why. Like, we've proven that over the years multiple times that women are just as good as men in practically everything. It comes down to the individual person. So if the men's U.S. soccer team was having the same success as the women's U.S. soccer team is having, you would have this gigantic marketing campaign. You would see this shit everywhere. You would see fucking soccer on buses and all kind of shit, right? But because they're women, they automatically get that second class treatment. Like we don't view it as, oh, well, it's just women playing women. That's not the highest level of competition. If you put them against the men's soccer team, bet they would lose. I call complete bullshit. I would absolutely love to see you put the U.S. women's soccer team versus U.S. men's soccer team and see who wins that fight. That fight, Jesus, see who wins that match. Like, I guarantee, dollars to fucking donuts, the women's soccer team will beat the men's soccer team.
I have no.
The women, they just get the short end of the stick because they're women. They've been viewed as,
I agree.
Lesser or, subordinate. So they are taken seriously.
But that's our fault.
Yeah, 100%.
When we're talking about sports, everything comes down to, like, how many seats can you fill with sports? So if we aren't going to those, women events or whatever, we're not filling the seats. That's our fault. That's not their fault. Because
when you say they, who are you talking about?
What do you mean?
You say that's not their fault. So who are you referring to?
The women athlete, the female athletes.
No, of course that's not their fault. But they should be paid. But I mean, the women's World Cup and all that shit, like they still put asses in seats. Like the Olympic matches and all that shit, like there's asses in seats. And if I'm not mistaken, they're on off years. So the men and the women don't compete at the same time. So you have the men's World Cup and the women's World Cup. They're 2 years apart. And them shit is empty. They motherfuckers filled to the brim.
Yeah, I don't know. If they're not getting the same percentage and they're bringing in the same amount of people, that's fucked up. I'm just going off the WNBA. That's the only women's sport that I've really paid attention to, and I know they don't fill the seats that the Lakers do. I mean, LA Sparks don't.
They're dunking and shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's they can't negotiate the same way that the Lakers can. The LA Sparks, they can't. They just can't because they're not filling the seats. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if I'm going off that same basis or whatever and translating it to soccer, then I can understand. But like you said, if they're filling the same amount of seats or whatever, then yeah, they should be paid the same that the guys are.
It should at least be a equivalent pay to where whatever they're bringing in is equivalent to what the men are getting paid for what they're bringing in.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, for sure.
I thought we can agree on that. We don't agree on very many things.
I feel like we both played like devil's advocate.
No, sometimes. I mean I 100% agree that what I said. I'm not ever here making arguments for argument's sake. I mean, sometimes I make an argument, and as I'm speaking an argument, I hear your kind of argument. I'm like, oh shit, I'm wrong. He's right. But
sometimes I just argue to start. You ask me again, it's totally different. Yeah.
You fuck with that 2 Chainz album, man?
All right, so I liked it. I really, really liked it when I first listened to it. As I was listening to it, I was like,
You fell back. It was like, oh man.
I mean, it's a cool album, but it ain't great. It ain't great.
It's not great, but it's excellent. Does that make sense?
Nope.
Okay. So it's not excellent in like a vacuum, but I think it's excellent knowing the context of where we are when he dropped the album and knowing like 2 Chainz's career. I think it's easily one of his best albums since his first album, based on a true story. I think it's easily his best album. I mean, I can legitimately listen to the album start to finish and not really be bothered. I'm sorry. His newest album, Rapper Go to the League. I can listen to the album start to finish and just have it, going and not be bothered. Like there's no like, oh, I gotta get past this song. Yeah. Like there's none of that on his album. I mean, is he a great lyricist? No, but it's 2 Chainz. And part of me, I mean, I like 2 Chainz, and I'm glad he put out an album that that's better than the most recent stuff that he's put out. I think it was a really good album for 2 Chainz, and hopefully with LeBron being attached as the A&R to the project, it kind of catapults him up into places that he wouldn't have seen before. But I think it's a really fucking good album.
It's a good album. Like I said, I ranked it high.
You had the best album 2019.
Yeah, exactly. I did early on when I first listened to it. But as I've been listening, there's no one song that just is going to last. There's no hit. I don't think there's any hits on the album.
I wouldn't agree with that.
What hit? Like
the Ariana Grande.
10 years from now?
Oh, 10 years from now? Come on, man. A lot of albums ain't got that.
Big Booty Judy? You're going to always listen to that.
No. I mean,
that's a hit.
He the bros, but I ain't fucking Big Booty Judy. Like today, man, come on, man. Big Booty Judy doesn't work. It doesn't work right now.
What you mean he the bros?
Talking about K-Mac, right? Big Booty Judy? That was his song.
I'm talking about the song 2 Chainz with Kanye West. What is it? It's Your Birthday.
It's Your Birthday.
That's a hit.
So why'd you say Big Booty Judy? Because Big Booty Judy's it's a different song by K-Mac.
Yeah, K-Mac and Chris Brown. I don't think it's called Big. Is it called Big Booty Judy?
Yeah, Big Booty Judy. Yeah.
Well, 2 Chainz had a song and they mentioned Big Booty Judy or whatever.
Oh,
it was in the lyric or whatever.
Gotcha.
I think so. Anyway, that's a hit. He doesn't have any of those on this album.
NCAA goes hard.
It goes hard, but it's not going to last.
Man, Threat Society goes hard.
It goes hard, but it's not going to last.
Forgiving goes hard.
It's not going to last.
I don't know, man. It's odd that I'm in a position of defending 2 Chainz as a rapper, but he got some shit. So the problem with not the problem, but I mean, this is who he is as a rapper. He doesn't always put it together in an eloquent fashion, but he was saying some shit on the album, man. He was saying some good shit on the album.
He's right in between. Like the cool thing about 2 Chainz is he's respected by like the younger generation, like the mumble rapper, the trappers or whatever. He's also respected by like Jay-Z, Nas. He can have a song with them, so he's cool. He's in a good space. He doesn't have any hits on this album though. No hits.
That's a lot of hits on the album. It's a lot of hits on the album.
Hits. Name a 2 Chainz hit.
From that album?
From his career. 2 Chainz career.
You just kind of went over him. There's Yuck. Yep. You got Feds is watching. You got his verse on the shit with Good Music. Why can't I remember the name of the song right now? Holy fuck, man.
I know
Scotch is getting to me. Scotch is getting to me. Jesus
Christ.
We
know some 2 Chainz hits. There's also the other one, It's Your Birthday is different.
Mercy. God damn, that bothered me.
Mercy. That's iconic.
Lamborghini verse. Mercy. Woo.
There's also another one.
That's probably his best verse of his career. He killed that shit.
There's no hits on this album.
You tripping.
None of those caliber. The songs that we just mentioned.
You tripping.
None.
You tripping.
None.
I mean, Hot Top Versace, that shit goes hard.
It goes hard.
It goes hard.
It's not a hit.
Stop. Don't make me sit here and defend 2 Chainz.
I'm not telling you to. It's not a hit. I was listening to it. It's not a hit. It's not a hit.
You listen to it again.
I've listened to it like at least 10 times straight through.
All right, get to 20 and talk to me.
It might be 20 individual songs. There's a couple of songs that I rock with that I repeat. Like I repeat the Ariana Grande song. I told you I was driving to the state line. That was the only song I played there and back. The only song. So I've rocked to a couple of songs with her, but it's still, he doesn't have any hits. Like super hits. There's none of that album.
Super hits. That's not a whole other thing.
None of the album. Mercy. It's a good album though. But it's not as good as I thought it was.
I mean, it's probably one of his best albums. One of his best albums.
No, it's not. I won't even say that.
You got Boats, and then what else? Boats 2?
I'm adding all his mixtapes.
That shit True. You talking about Titty Boy or just 2 Chainz?
No, True. The one he did before Boats. True Religion?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put over rapper go to the league. Although I hate that fucking title for the album. Yeah, man. You seen him on The Shop?
No, I didn't.
Can we talk about how have you watched The Shop?
Yeah.
With LeBron James on HBO? Can we talk about how it's like one of the best talk shows in recent memory?
Because it's LeBron.
No, it's not even. LeBron is a piece of furniture. Like he'll chime in every now and then. But when the celebrities are on there and it feels like you're there and they're just talking. Because
he's LeBron.
No. It feels like a different level. It's like they're comfortable.
Because he's LeBron.
Okay, but it's not LeBron making a show. Like like maybe LeBron's making them comfortable, but it's the celebrities making the show because they fucking talking openly and honestly. Like I'm so used to these sanitized, canned answers when I'm watching the Shop, and there's like Antonio Brown was talking about his beef with Ben Roethlisberger. That shit felt real. He was like, "This motherfucker throwing balls to the D line. How am I supposed to run a better route? Like, it doesn't matter running a better route. You throwing the ball to the center
because it's LeBron, dude.
Like it just felt. I don't know, man. It feels like the most authentic talk show I've ever watched, and this could be hyperbole, but it very much feels like that. Like if that's LeBron bringing that out of them, kudos on LeBron and Maverick Carter. But they got a motherfucking hit on their hands, and I hope they keep going with that shit.
And I'll tell you why. Because LeBron is probably the most respected athlete in our generation. And if you're another athlete or a rapper or anybody in the culture, you respect LeBron more than anyone else.
I don't know. He up there with Kobe.
But Kobe doesn't have an interview show.
Well, no, but Kobe don't want an interview show.
That's what I'm saying.
Kobe had an interview show.
If you're an entertainer, an athlete, a rapper, whatever, you go to like different radio stations, different situations where you're interviewed by someone, you're not respecting them as much as you're respecting LeBron James.
Probably not, because LeBron has done it.
So he's able to bring out more out of people than any other platform.
I mean, LeBron was famous when he was 16. And he still kept it going. Yeah, so I feel like Kobe's respected, but I feel like as a basketball player. LeBron's respected as like, he's a, businessman. He's doing shit, to fucking break down barriers and all this other shit.
That's why it's messed up that he went to the Lakers.
What you got against the Lakers, bro?
I don't have anything against the Lakers, but I could tell like LeBron just went like, all right,
to be in LA. Yeah. Because when he was with the Lakers, all this shit came out. Yep. Detail, wherever the fuck it was, on More Than an Athlete, on ESPN. He got Space Jam 2 coming out. Bro went there because he was like, well, at least I can still make, $100 million, and I can get my movie career on shit off the floor.
It's crazy, dude. I mean, I respect it, but I mean, I fuck with it. As long as you bring a title to LA, I'm fine. He's not bringing a title to
LA. It's happening.
He's not this year.
Put money. Of course not this year. They making playoffs this year.
LeBron is old as shit.
Put money on it.
I will put money on that. He'll bring the title to LA.
$1,000 he brings the title to LA.
Within the next what?
Before he retires. $1,000 say he brings a championship to LA before he retires.
All right, so if he's on the team and it's 5 years from now,
I don't give a shit. If he's on the team and they win a championship, that counts as him bringing a title to LA.
Hell no. If he's coming off the bench and they get a ring, fuck that. That does not count for LeBron.
Those are my terms. Those are my terms. So he got to be a starter?
Yeah.
All right, if he got to be a starter, $500 then.
And he brings the title to LA. And
they win the championship with him as a starter. Like he starts at least one game in the NBA Finals.
He's the number one person on the team.
That's weird. How you define that?
Because if you win the championship 6 years from now,
how you define who's the number one player on the team?
You know who the number one person on the team is.
Nah, man. That's too amorphous for us to make a bet on.
It's not true.
I'm saying is if he's a starter in at least one game of the NBA Finals and they win that Finals and bring the championship to LA. That counts as LeBron bringing championship to LA.
The number one player on the team.
I don't know what that means. You can't tell me what that means.
All right, tell me a situation where we have to decide on who's the number one player on the team.
Golden State.
Who's the number one player on the team?
I don't know. It could be Steph. Could be KD.
It's Steph. They won without KD.
Okay, it's so Steph. I think it's more likely KD. Boom. There you go. You got a problem.
It's not a problem. Like who got more rings?
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
That's how we decide.
Okay, Dwayne Wade and LeBron have the same amount of rings, right?
All right.
No, they don't. Shit. LeBron won in Cleveland. No. Brian
got 3. D-Wade got 3.
Oh, that's right. 2 and 1. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Who's the better player? LeBron James. He's the number one player on the team.
They got the same amount of rings. If your rings are your argument,
LeBron is better than fucking the Dwayne Wade.
Bro, if rings are your argument,
no, that's the deciding factor. That's not the argument. That's the tiebreaker.
Oh, okay.
That's the tiebreaker.
All right, man. If LeBron is a starter on the Lakers when they win the NBA Finals, That counts as LeBron bringing a championship to LA.
So LeBron is a
star. Can we bet on it?
No,
$500.
We gotta hash out the fucking the situation.
You want some weird ass like LeBron got to lead the league in scoring and be the Finals MVP.
LeBron has to be the number one player on the team. That's all I'm saying.
But you can't tell me what number one player means.
Tell me when you don't know a situation where they're not the number one player on the team.
Golden State. We just talked about this. You said Steph. I said KD.
All right, so he has to be Steph or KD. He cannot.
Okay, 1 or 2.
He cannot be.
Okay,
he cannot be Andre Iguodala.
Andre got a Finals MVP.
He ain't the number one player. He ain't the number 4 player.
So at least top 2?
Yeah.
All right, top 2, $300. LeBron brings championship to LA.
That's fucked up because I want him to win a championship. I'm not making that bet.
You just said so. For people who listening at home, Amari, if you shake my hand on his LeBron James bringing championship to LA,
I'm betting against myself.
You just said he wasn't going to do it, bro.
I don't think he's going to do it, but I want him to.
No, okay, sure. Don't try to clean it up now.
You know I'm the biggest LeBron James fan, so I want him to. I can't all right, this is a bet. You better not win no more championships, bro. I gotta pay this fine.
So I send DMs, bro. Chill out.
Chill out, but win some.
Yo, win, but don't win, so you're like the top 2 player on the team.
Show that you're the greatest, but just don't win anything. Nah, man, that's too much.
Fucking chicken, man. That's what you are.
Nah, man.
All right, so before we get out of here, man, so both of us are dumb excited. Well, at least I'm dumb excited. I don't know about you. About this video game release.
You just hopped on.
I just hopped on.
You just hopped on last week. I've been on for years.
So let me explain to everybody. We talk about the Division 2, which is a video game. Does it count as open world? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's open map, open world.
All right, it's a third person, shooter. I played the Division 2 beta last weekend. Absolutely loved it. It was like, all right, y'all got my money. Put my pre-order in. So I'm stupid excited about it. I've skipped out on Division 1, but I don't think I need to go back. I mean, I downloaded it. I don't think I need to go back.
No, you don't have to play it. Yeah. Same shit.
I would imagine it's guns, and the part 2 is gonna be better.
Yeah,
that's how video games work.
Yeah.
Scale of 0 to Kanye West. How excited are you for the Division 2?
I give it to Travis Scott. Hey.
Sicko mode Travis Scott or like stargazing Travis Scott? Like I don't understand.
I'll give you. What was the other potions? What was that fucking song? What was the song? The big song he got popular off of.
It wasn't Potions.
What was it called? Fuck.
Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone, baby.
No, Travis Scott. It was the big one. Oh,
Justin Bieber in the trap.
Ah, it was
Biebs in the trap.
Oh man,
I don't know, but that fucking sample, I have no idea. Of which album, man?
It was just before this one, before the most recent one.
So his last album?
Yeah, it was. What was it? I'm thinking it was Potion. We gotta take a break so I can look this up.
Nah, man, we this shit rolling as you.
This gonna hurt. Nah, I'm not taking a break. You guys just gotta listen to us. Look it up.
Let's see. The 10 best Travis Scott songs from critics. What we got going on here? 3,500? No. Pick up the phone. Don't play.
Nah.
Maria, I'm drunk. On my disc.
Antidote.
Oh, Antidote. Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucks Antidote.
Yeah. Hey, Antidote. I know it's called Potion. Yeah, I give him that. I'm super excited. I'm gonna get it regardless.
I'm gonna get it.
We gotta get a squad together, man. We gotta get at least 4 or 5 more PS4 users who rock with the game.
5 is a lot. That's 3 more people.
Nah, but I might want to play in the whole 4 might not want to play, so you gotta have some alternates. Got some subs. You gotta have some subs. Or you might not play the game.
You gotta have that James Jones.
Hey man, your shot percentage is 30%. We got somebody else. Hey, back out real quick.
You can bitch. You log on a PS4. It's like Mario online, Mario offline. Like what happened?
Hey, drop off real quick.
Hey, my shit not working. Hey, drop off and I'm gonna connect you again.
I'll add you back. Hey, remove that clan tag real quick.
Oh man. So generally, before we get out of here, real quick, what do you think is like this games as a service thing, where they release a game and then this game is supposed to sustain you for the next 2-3 years? I
mean, it depends on the game. Can't be with sports.
Division 2. Well, it can't be with sports. It doesn't work that way.
Like Division 2, yeah, I can see those type of games lasting for 2 because they you can release a map. Yeah. You can update the guns. More characters, more skins. You can do that for a while. Like the first year, you ain't getting you're getting 0 new shit.
Well, no, they already laid out their map for the first year. Yeah, the DLC and all that bullshit.
Yeah, so they have. If you're smart, you have a plan. Like Grand Theft Auto is like 6-7 years old. People still playing that shit.
People still buying it. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's still like $40.
Yeah.
Like, I try to trade it in. They ain't give me shit. Like, how does that work?
$275. Everybody's gonna keep it. Fuck.
Yeah. They sell it for 40. You trying to buy it for $2.
Your profit margin is insane.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here.
Y'all crazy.
What's your PS4 username though?
Vegas Q Dog. Vegas VEGAS QQUEDAWG.
And I am Scarecrow Q on PlayStation. You find me there. But we are about to get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Woof Podcast.
Use yours.
I got a cramp. Shit.